Hey guys, it's Dani'i and welcome to another video, and I'm here with updates on this monster right here, which is Hurricane Dorian, expected to become a major hurricane very soon. But before I go into details, please take a second or two to tap that subscribe button if you haven't, as well as the notification bell so you know every time when I post a new video. And you can also share it to make persons out there know what is taking place and to help the channel grow. And you can also follow my weather account on Instagram at weathergirldani2. Okay, so looking at the satellite imagery of Dorian, we're not seeing an eye right now, but definitely seeing the center, but not really an eye. The eye intermittently pops up, then goes out, pops up, then goes out. And so the hurricane is not in very stable conditions for strengthening or for it to become something well defined, but we could see that by probably sometime tomorrow when it moves more into favorable conditions, because I believe there's a little bit of wind shear out there and probably some dry air. So when it ingests some of this, that is the reason it's not looking so much of an organized category 2 system, because category 2 hurricanes usually are well defined. So currently it has winds of 110 miles per hour, a strong cat 2, just shy of a cat 3. It just needs 5 miles per hour more and we get a major hurricane. So it is not far from achieving the major hurricane status. So for the potential storm force winds, we see that not just Florida and the northwestern Bahamas in it, but well, most of the Bahamas. We see that Cuba is in it, we have Alabama in it, we have Georgia, and we have South Carolina in it. So these areas going to probably receive the storm force winds, but maybe these areas like Cuba and Alabama and parts of South Carolina won't really get as much, because this means that the formation chance is low. When it goes down from the greens going to yellows, oranges, reds, and even that purple right there, that is where the formation chance is higher from this point. So mostly Florida and the northwestern Bahamas is going to get the worst of Dorian. And this is the rainfall potential that the United States or anywhere that Dorian is affecting going to probably receive. And this scale over here helps you with that. We have this bright green 1 inch, 2 inch, then the yellow 4, and then the orange 6, and so on. So we see that the 6 inch, from like 4 to 6 inches of rainfall expected for not just Florida and the Bahamas, but even parts of Georgia and South Carolina. So these areas right here also included in that. So the storm might just stall here for a bit. It could be a Hurricane Harvey scenario with Florida, but not as bad. We hope it's not as bad, because the storm is definitely going to be a mischief maker and a non-merciful storm. Okay, here we have the National Hurricane Center's cone of uncertainty, expected to make landfall as a deadly, extremely dangerous category 4 with winds of 140 miles per hour. And we already see that the hurricane watches are in place for parts of the northwestern Bahamas. And then when it makes landfall and it moves more a bit to the northwest, that is just 1 day of lingering over Florida. So of course it is going to weaken, because if they're over land, if hurricanes or tropical systems are over land, there is no way they can get more strength. They need some juice. It would be like going to run on an empty stomach. What is going to happen to you? You're going to fall down. So it's the same thing with the hurricane when it interacts with the land. It needs some fuel from the ocean and it won't have that, hence it's weakening. But that is just 1 day of lingering over Florida, 1 day of these deadly conditions. And of course, the wind is not really the main concern, but the rain. Yes, it is going to weaken, and then we're going to start to see more storm-like conditions as it is going to be downgraded back to a hurricane, maybe a cat 1. So it is going to bring all that rainfall, and that is when we are going to see the rainfall potential probably increasing for parts of Florida, to be specific. So maybe it will make a turn like this and then move to the north, probably into Georgia. So if you're in Georgia, you need to watch this, and if you're not preparing yet, I suggest that you do so, because if you get caught off guard, it could be the worst case scenario for you, as it was for a person in Puerto Rico that unfortunately passed from the system while preparing his home for it. So you don't want any of that to catch you if you're in Dorian's path. You want to be safe. So if you're not preparing, please do so. So guys, if you found this video informative about Dorian, please give a thumbs up, and remember to always be weather-wise, and I will keep giving the update.